and to the graduating class of 2016, heartfelt congratulations. I am very pleased to have been bestowed this honor of interacting with you today. I am also very happy that you have completed a 2-year or a 1-year academically very rigorous program from a school which stands out from other business schools. I also went to a business school many years ago. But what is so remarkable about your school is that it is a school which focuses on entrepreneurship. And though many of you have got placements, you intend to work as managers for some time, but I would really urge upon you to look at an opportunity to work as entrepreneurs also. And the reason why I say so are quite a few. In fact, there are 3 very significant global trends that we have been witnessing since the past decade or so. First of all, we now see that many of the problems that are confronting our humanity are finding solutions. In fact, some years ago, when I was a student at Harvard, there used to be a course there called Innovative Solutions to Intractable Problems. But today there are practically no problems that can be still called intractable. Technology is guiding us to find new breakthroughs, be it in the area of curing diseases, be it in the area of improving crop productivity, be in the area of managing sanitation, water, whatever else are the main concerns today, we find that technology has been able to guide us in how to find a solution. The other very remarkable trend is that much of this breakthrough is coming from the stables of startups and entrepreneurs, and not from the R&D labs or innovation centers of large corporations. It is not to say that the corporations are not contributing anything, but a majority of the transformative, disruptive and breakthrough innovations are coming from startups. And the third very amazing thing is the trend is that the startups and entrepreneurs are getting younger and younger. In fact, the other day I was in Bangalore, I was attending a startup event there, and I was introduced to someone who was the CEO of his company at 14 years of age. So obviously the world of startups is becoming very, very young, and lots of brilliant ideas are coming from people when they are still in their schools and colleges. India has been a relatively late riser to embrace the world of startups and entrepreneurship. But even though late, the rise of India has been pretty dramatic. In no time, India has moved to the 3rd position in terms of the number of new startups that are incorporated every year, or the amount of funding that goes to startups. India lies just behind UK, and US obviously is in the first spot. But with UK's position likely to weaken considerably, it won't be of any surprise if India becomes number 2 shortly. One noteworthy point about India's growth story is that it has been largely organic, implying that governments have not really done much to support it. Many people actually would consider it to be a good thing, suggesting that if government had been involved in this process, it would have actually ruined this initiative rather than promoting it. But I have a different point of view. While I do agree that too much of regulation, too much of micromanagement by the government can be disastrous, government can also play a very, very important strategic role to support any sector, including the world of entrepreneurship, the world of startups. And observing these trends, one useful thing which our national government, particularly our Prime Minister, has done is to bring the spotlight on entrepreneurship and startups and make them mainstream through the Startup India program. Unfortunately, our cultural ethos and social norms still prefer a steady and stable career over the risks and trials and tribulations of being an entrepreneur. I'm very sure that many of you also, while you have some kind of an inkling on what it really takes to become an entrepreneur, have still chosen to go for a steady career just because the social pressure and the pressure of our cultural ethos is too much to handle at this stage in your life. But I'm very sure that as you move on and when you realize that the world of entrepreneur, the world of a startup is much more exciting, I'm sure many of you will make that switch. But there are still individuals and families and communities and societies among us which look down upon an entrepreneur as a person who perhaps could not succeed in his regular career, and has wandered into entrepreneurship as a fallback option. Given that such mindsets will take a while to change, entrepreneurship in many ways is still a very lonely and a very arduous journey. Fortunately, with massive national programs like Startup India, societal acceptance for the passion and courage of the entrepreneur will become easier as days go by. National programs like Startup India provide a framework of the intentions of the government, but the real action, as we will all agree, is happening in the states of our country.